What's going on, guys? So in front of me, you are looking at a really cool product from the folks over at Forest River Salem division. This is a 2025 27RK, but this specific one has an X designation, so it's the RK-X because this has the Platinum package. Now, the Platinum package gets you several noticeable upgrades. First of all, you get 200 watts of Go Power Solar on the roof, along with the 30 amp charge controller. In addition to that, you also get a hung fiberglass sidewall in this one, so this isn't going to be the aluminum siding like you might see on some of the other models that don't have that platinum designation. And the interesting thing here is that this hung fiberglass wall is actually on 2x2 wood studs versus traditional aluminum framing behind the wall. Now, they claim that it's actually easier to repair because of this, and there are some perks to it, and there are. When you have a hung wall, you actually have the ability to remove parts of the wall if you need to because it's not a fully laminated wall, but it is going to be adhered on with glue and adhesive. So I still would be kind of interested to figure out exactly what it would take to do a repair. And that might be a future video. That said, we're going to take a closer look at this new Forest River Salem and see what it's all about. Hang tight. I'll be right back. Okay, so first off, I really like the look of these new Salems. I think they have a really nice, modern, clean, edgy look to them. The graphics are super simple. The sidewall being fiberglass, super high gloss fiberglass. It's going to be really easy to clean. And the fact is, whenever you're looking at buying an RV, you're not just looking at for the floor plan. You want the entire package to look good. What's really interesting is this would look really good behind the F450, or at least that star white paint job that's now being offered on Ford trucks. I really think that if you have a white tow vehicle, this would be a great accent to it. Or even if you have a gray tow vehicle, something that would blend itself more into the accents would look really good. But overall, you see the steel wheels. Sometimes you're like, steel wheels are cheap, I want aluminum. But the black steel wheels actually, again, look really good with the overall scheme going on with this RV. But what's your opinion on that? On the side, you can see their lighting, which is really cool. They call it blade lighting. So basically, it's continuous LED light strips that don't have all those individual bulbs. They glow as if they were just one long light, which is really nice. Far more modern, more edgy, and more contemporary than the light strips you typically see that have a bunch of little LEDs spaced about a ½ inch apart. I think it looks really good, and it definitely makes the side stand out, especially on the door side, which is the side you'll be camping on, and to have that type of extra light available to you, I think just makes sense, but it looks really good. Looking down the side of this unit, you can see it has a really nice finish to it. The door on it is actually interesting because it's a 30-inch wide entry door, which is kind of odd on this size of unit. Typically, it's going to be narrower, so it's cool that they opted for a wider door on this unit, as well as the typical MORryde step-above steps that you see beneath it. Okay, so we are going to hop inside of this 2025 Forest River Salem 27RK with the X designation. Again, that's the Platinum package, and see what this thing is all about. We're going up the MORryde step-above steps. We'll pan around slowly to the left so you can see the interior of this unit. This is really cool. They've done a lot of really interesting things here, and the fact of the matter is I've always been a big fan of these rear kitchen kind of mid-living room floor plans. They feel really warm. This is one of those interiors that you can really get used to spending a lot of time in. We're going to start with the very front of this RV. You can see that it has their VersaTilt bed tilt system, which is really nice, but on top of it being a cool system, it also gives you about 14.5 inches of extra space at the end of the bed whenever it's in the up position. You have some storage there underneath, as well as some pet steps on the right to get onto the bed. So that's really nice, and I'm sure people probably use those pet steps just as much as pets do. As we come around, you got a lot of storage here in your closet. Very nice. This closet is actually prepped for washer and dryer, which is nice. You wouldn't expect it on a trailer this size. So they're giving you a lot of great perks. If you don't throw a washer and dryer in there, you still have room, of course, for a lot of supplies. And then up above, you have a bamboo colored or bamboo printed style blackout shade, which is also great. You don't have your traditional like pleated shades on something like this. A lot of wardrobe space in here. Again, a lot of bamboo tones throughout this unit, plus some storage down there as well, which drops into your storage bay underneath. Coming around to this side, you can see you don't have the same type of wardrobe, though you do have some storage cabinets up top, which are really nice. Okay, as we back out, we're going to take a look at the bathroom. I absolutely love the radius effect of that mirror with the backlighting. That looks really nice. They've done a great job there. You can see there's plenty of room next to the sink. It's a plastic sink. They probably should have gone with like a stainless, but it still looks really good. On this side, you have a plastic foot flush toilet. I like that the shower door retracts into kind of a cassette area. I like the fact that the top of it radiuses out. So if you are, needing more room up top, this can definitely help accommodate for that, which is really nice. And then I like the extra storage they give you to the right of the sink for your medicines, your toothpaste, toothbrushes. Here are your controls. You have your Go Power 30 amp solar charge controller. Beneath it, you have your JBL entertainment system where you would pair your phone to it or whatever Bluetooth device you have, as well as your slide out control and your lights and other controls there as well. As we come back around, I don't know if you saw, but there's also a radiused entry to the bathroom, which looks really nice. I love this really, really beautiful area for the TV. This looks gorgeous. You can see the baskets that would kind of wrap around your TV when it's in place. I love the vertical line effect that they have going on there. It makes it look really upscale. Plus that LED light strip that's above it in the batten on the ceiling, as well as the LED lights that are underneath the little valance area above the shelf. That just looks absolutely fantastic. These are typically features you might see in something a little bit more high end or on the higher price range than something like this. Great shelf right here, plus a lot of storage on each side, but the actual fireplace itself, I'm not a big fan of these reflective fireplaces, but it doesn't look bad. Okay, what's also cool here is that the sectional is more than just a sectional. It's a love seat, it's a sofa, and it's a sectional. It gives you a lot of capability here. What I really like about this setup is how it's kind of convertible to give you more dinette space, which we'll go over in a second. But first of all, let me show you how much storage is actually underneath this. A tremendous amount, and included bins that give you the ability to kind of organize and sort through what you're going to have in that space. Next, you even have more storage at the end of this section right here, which of course gives you tremendous amount of additional capacity, and the included bins are a nice touch. When we look up at the windows, you can see instead of traditional valances, they actually put curtains, and these are really nice. So they're not full-length curtains, but they are removable if you want to wash them, and you have bamboo blackout shades just like you have in the bedroom. Over here in the dinette area, the dinette is actually really cool, but check this out. So if you want to convert this into a full-size dinette, you simply take the pillow, flip it around, and now you actually have seating area for people on both sides of the actual dinette. That is super cool. Plus, this pulls out and it slides, so you can turn it into a desk, you can turn it into more space for somebody on one side, but just the flexibility there is absolutely amazing. I think they've done a great job with the dinette space here and trying to do it in a relatively small RV, especially if you pull the bar stools out and you kind of use it as a bar area. Just gives you a lot of capability, a lot of flexibility, and these are some of the reasons why people love RVs so much, because you get to experience some of these cool features in something that's not your home, something that, you get to take out and enjoy. And when you get to use features like this, I think that most people are like, wow, that was kind of worth it. Now you look at the accent there. I love the accent light that they put, that radius curve with the LED light strip underneath it. Coming around this side, you can see you have a tilt out trash can. Again, really, really brilliant idea. Great use of space. And this is a really cool kitchen in general. It gives you plenty of pantry space, a spot for your trash can, a nice wraparound design with a huge window next to you. And what's really cool up here to the left is actually a hidden microwave. So they've integrated the microwave into the vent hood space, and it gives it a very kind of high-end feel while at the same time concealing the microwave. Now, some folks may not want their microwave concealed, but I think overall people would appreciate kind of the aesthetics to this and the way it looks. I think they've done a really good job. Now we'll take a quick look inside of the pantry. Lots of space in here. I would kind of hope that they would put like adjustable shelves. I think adjustable shelving in kitchen pantries is almost a must at this point. It just gives you flexibility and the ability to put things in there at the height you want to. A better view of your thermofoil countertop system here. And then this is kind of cool. So you open up this cabinet and you have 3 drawers. Now I've personally been a critic against this type of system, only because if you have the drawers there already, why have a cabinet? I think when you do this, oftentimes it's because you want to make something look more finished off and hidden instead of having just individual drawers, and they've definitely done that. So you can see where it's kind of a step above. There's some space underneath your plastic undermount basin sink. You have your straining rack right there as well. But yeah, this is a pretty cool kitchen. I mean, for the size of RV this is, and for the look and feel that you get with this type of kitchen, I just think it really stands out. It looks really nice. They've done a great job. But please leave your comments below. Let me know how you feel so far about the actual kitchen area, living room, and bedroom in this unit. We're going to go ahead and hop outside and see what the outside's all about. Okay, so now we're outside of this RV, taking a look at the front. You can see the really nice smooth rock guard material right here. Has kind of a diamond pattern texture to it. Underneath it is your battery disconnect. This is to help prevent parasitic draws while your RV is in storage or next to your home if there's no power going to it. You have a spot for two 20-pound propane cans. The empty cans are included, as well as a spot to hook your tow hooks and your 7-way connector when you're not towing. You have a power front tongue jack with LED light as well, which can help out quite a bit if you're hitching up at night. Coming around this way, again, you can see that real nice diamond texture that's on the front rock area. Makes it very, very easy to clean. They've done a great job with that front kind of integrating up and the super high gloss white finish to it. There's a closer up look at your blade lighting. Very, very cool. Now taking a look inside of your basement storage. Well, first, on the outside of your basement storage door, you actually have, or I guess the inside of your basement storage door, you actually have a whiteboard on the door itself that you can use dry erase markers on. You have a full pass-through storage underneath. Plenty of room. This is really, really well designed. You got tons of room and access under here if you need to store things for a trip. Okay, so as we look underneath this RV, you'll see it has manual stabilizer jacks. It also has an accessible belly simply by unscrewing some of the indicated areas in between panels. You can drop panels down and work on anything underneath the RV, which also means that it has an enclosed underbelly, which is really nice. So it gives some extra protection. It keeps rodents, things like that, from getting into your RV, or at least assists in keeping them from getting in there, which is nice. Your propane lines are all ran across the bottom flange of the I-beam, which is also nice. But it's a good setup. You have your freshwater drain valve over here, and it's a nice one. That's not the typical cheap one that you see with little caps. Very clean setup underneath. You can see the really cool blade light bar that is underneath the awning as well. Again, really nice lighting because it's a solid strip of light without those individual LEDs. It gives it a far more modern look, along with that blade lighting below the window as well. It just looks really, really nice. I really wish my RV had this type of lighting on it. And it's cool to see that you're seeing these types of little upgrades. You have your MORryde step above steps, pretty much common on most RVs nowadays, but it is a really cool feature considering this used to be a big upgrade, and now RVs are essentially just coming with them at all price points, which is cool. You have your JBL sound system right here, at least your speakers, along with the TV bracket. So you simply remove the TV from the inside, move it to the outside, and now you have TV on the outside of the unit. You have a really nice cooktop here as well. So you get a griddle that kind of collapses into the sidewall space. It's a great little outside cooking area. I don't necessarily call this a kitchen because you don't have a sink. And you have a water port though, so you can always hook a hose to the side here and use that to wash your hands off or whatever you're about to cook. And then underneath it, you have a grill surface. So that's cool. It's a combo unit, right? You have your griddle and grill surface underneath it. And then you have your furnace output right there, as well as your on-demand water heating system. So that's also really nice. And then coming around to the back, this has to be the most unusual placement of LED taillights I think I've ever seen. You have your LED clearance lights up top. It is prepped for a Furrion wireless backup camera, and it does have the prep for the Lippert on-the-go ladder system if you want to get the ladder to get on the roof. You don't have to use that ladder, of course, but that system does work with it. You have your spare tire on a 4-inch tubular bumper as well. Then you have a shower port there to the left, which is nice. And then also your connections for your black tank flush, cable satellite, and city water fill connections, or city water connections. It's a cool setup, right? Everything about this RV kind of is a little the same and a little unique, but they've executed on it really well. I don't know about those taillights, though. That's a very interesting placement for taillights. Then there's your outside shower again, as well as your 50 amp connection on this unit. And then on the other side, you have a single rack and pinion slide. They call it a super slide. Also, all of your sewer connections will be on that side as well. But what do you guys think? This is a pretty cool travel trailer. I don't have the pricing for it. This is a 2025 model. It's actually kind of a pre-show RV that hasn't even really been launched yet. So I think it's pretty cool. I think they've done a lot of really great retro things. I can imagine the price on this is going to be very, very affordable because these typically are at that price point that get people into RVing or help them upgrade from maybe a smaller, less expensive unit they may have started with to something that's nicer. And boy, these things have gotten really, really nice on the inside. Sure, you can upgrade the suspension, you can upgrade the tires, you can do little things like that, but ultimately this has the bones, the style, and the work that people like. Anyway,